Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
Welcome to MME Live. Is there entertainment news to talk about? Is anything going on? Should we talk about the debates? Maybe a little bit.
From what I read on Twitter, it must have been entertaining. I'll tell you.
It was weird. It was odd. It was about what I expected. I think it's about what everyone expected. Listen, I don't like any politician. I think there was really bad moments in it. I think Biden did a little bit better than I expected. I didn't expect much. He looked like a ghost at the beginning. He looked white as a ghost, like he was nervous. And then he did some things I don't like too. He called, "Shut up, man." He said that to Trump, "Shut up," and then he shushed him. That's not going to go over well. So there's bad part. Yeah, he did. He shushed him.
Oh boy.
He's like, "Would you shut up? Would you shut up?" That might I don't know. Some people might actually like that. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Trump seems like he's doing better than he actually is, because most of the stuff he does is it's a dumpster fire. It's horrible. And then everything that he's done, it's the greatest. We have the best people. If he had the best people all the time, why does he fire them all? That's exactly what I would counteract. You're always saying your stuff's the best. You have everything figured out. He doesn't give any details. He just pumps up his base, and he doesn't really say anything. He just says the other side's horrible. We have the best people. We're doing great things. But he doesn't really give specifics. But
at the end of the day, though, that's politics, man.
Right.
If you watch MSNBC, they say the same damn thing about Trump.
But Biden
24/7.
Biden didn't do much better. He did. Trump went for the family thing against Biden, which I don't like. But talking about his son, which I think his son does have problems. There was a good moment for Biden. He says, "My son had drug problems, like a lot of many people out here." And
I
he's
get
trying,
that.
and he said, "I'm proud of him." But
that's not what the problem we're talking about here. We're talking about taking a lot of money and using your father's position as the. Yeah. Let's put it this way: if Trump Jr. or anybody else had done that on his side,
True.
we'd never hear the end of it. So it's like I said, there's just so much media bias against Trump that I see on a daily basis. So it's like, for me, I'm just like, whatever. I cringe. I cringe when I hear her voice.
Sir Nerdle, are you all really talking about the debates? I guess a little bit. I watched it, and I don't like politics because it's more entertainment. I could laugh at both sides. It's you know what? It's so entertaining if you don't care. And you see both sides you see both sides act like idiots, and you're like, "I'm glad I don't care." Yeah. I really don't care. Listen. Do I think there's problems with Trump? Absolutely. Do I think the world's going to end if he gets another 4 years? I don't think so. And am I saying I'm going to leave the country? I'm not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. The main thing I'm actually worried about is the election itself. Not about who's going to run it or who's going to be president after. It's actually getting it done, getting it official, who won or who didn't, and then move. I know on both sides. Yeah, we're setting up for a battle royale where it's not going to end, possibly even in 2020. Who knows?
Did you hear about the war game that they did about a month or so ago? And they basically said that we're not going to concede the election, and we're going to take the West Coast.
Oh, God.
That was the Democrats that did that. So I'm just like,
well,
what? No, that was who did the war games. They were pretending to be Trump. They were pretending to be this. But John Podesta, who was Hillary Clinton's person, was Biden in that set of circumstances. And
is Nerd a lot checking out? I don't know. Does that mean you don't want to talk about it? Okay. I'm sorry. There's not really much else that I have some topics.
I mean, we could do the Jeremy video and then do some news. That way we could just glance over it, I guess.
No, I just want to listen. I'm not really political, but I could comment on it, saying I think there were bad moments all around.
Yeah.
The worst moment, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to say this on air, but I told Brian before the show, the worst moment for me, which I was disgusted, and I'm not saying he isn't actually an ist, but when they say, why won't you call out far right extremist white supremacist groups, and he himself mentioned that's the first thing that came to his mind is Proud Boys and stuff, and he said, stand down and stand by. That's not commendation. That's like talking directly to your follower.
It's a message to the Patriots.
That creeps me out. That really did. That means like stand by in case.
But see, but what
I'm not against him. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
as someone that's watching this as a spectator, that is alarming.
Well,
and that's talking direct. If you have no problem calling out the Antifa and what's happening in Portland as a terrorist organization, you should have. I don't think you should be. You should have any problems with calling. And that is an issue on both sides too. I think there should be more calling out Antifa as well. Yes.
Well, my thing is I said this before too, is that I think a lot of the media narrative around the Proud Boys is wrong. Okay, they're not a white supremacist organization.
They're not either.
But what I'm saying is that they're a Western chauvinist, so it's more about aligning themselves with Western values, which we try to uphold. But I think people are being whipped up into a frenzy thinking that we have an enemy that's not that prevalent.
Some people could say the same thing about Antifa too, and I don't know.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is that's the bias that we're living with right now. So I can tell you till I'm blue in the face that I don't think the Proud Boys are that bad of an organization. But then there's 50 million other people on the other side that could tell me how bad they are. You know what I mean? From what I've seen,
I don't like either organization. I don't,
you come at them with violence, they match violence with violence. They tend not to start the fights in most of the situations.
That could be bias on your part too, there though.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. It goes both ways. That's why I feel like in the next couple of months, we're into some trouble.
Right. Well, maybe we should move on because this is a little hot. But I'm just saying I had an issue with that, with his comment there. I don't think that's very presidential.
It's just like the whole thing around Charlottesville. There were fine people on both sides. That comment got taken out of proportion for 3 fucking years. Excuse my language, but I'm just saying it's like to me, I see the bias going against Trump more than I see anything else.
Okay. All right. Sci-fi, listen, man, I love you. You're my brother. The stream didn't go well on your channel the other night. And then you say I think you just told me I'm scheduling it for now, and I couldn't commit to that time. I actually, when I'm not online, I'm not online. I don't check my Twitter. I don't have Twitter on my phone or anything. I didn't mean
probably a good thing.
No, I was actually before this debate, I was watching last night I was watching The Social Dilemma on Netflix because lots of people told me about it. It is very good. Very good documentary. I got to finish that. Venom is here. We are Venom. Sup? Yeah, they did. That's true. I would like to hear Phobic's opinion. What do you mean above that? Do you mean on both sides, or just you think Biden got shredded? I want to hear Phobic's opinion on that. It was entertaining, yet you couldn't really tell what's going on. I do like that that Biden came back a little bit saying false, because that's also a lot of Trump's tactic. When the other person's talking, he just says lies, wrong. Right? Yeah, that's a tactic.
That's what he did to Hillary.
So Biden has to do more of that, not less. Really has to do more of that. But he does seem he kind of veers off topic more than less confidence than Trump. I'll tell you that. That's less confident than Trump.
Oh, he's a showman.
Yeah. I don't think his podcasts are dull. No. Not surprised. Phobics or Sci-Fi's throwing heat. Doesn't like Zod Rider's not here tonight. He did. Yeah, Master Nunn was talking about Trek instead of politics. So I'm the problem today. Where's Michael S?
I am entertaining. No, I'm just kidding.
Someone named John Wong is saying he is another commandant. I mean, there could be many. I'm not getting back on that bandwagon. I'm done with it for a while. I'm not saying I'll never bring it up again, but I don't know.
It's just chasing down another rabbit hole, man.
Yeah. Well, because we're going to react to can right-wingers have Trump derangement syndrome too? Yes, because they're relevant assholes in their pool house trying to call out a WWE and a movie star acting like they're big shit.
Or
So that's why he has derangement syndrome. He doesn't realize the facts of his reality.
Yeah, I would say it's more like a derangement on top of derangement. Like
right.
He gets deranged at people's Trump derangement syndrome.
And I told Brian the reason I wanted to highlight this video is this is exactly what you hypocritical douchebags, AJWs, said that you got when in the last election, where I can't even publicly say I'm a Trump supporter just because The Rock says he supports Biden and Harris. You're gonna downvote him. All those trolls on his Instagram, and of course, Jeremy promotes trolls downvoting. He supports the troll mob. Geeks plus mob. Geeks plus politics. Lion Biden. Okay, why? Why, Phobic? Why are you saying that? Listen, I think you're both liars. They're politicians. I mean, I don't see why you fall down this trap of saying, oh, one side's lying more than the other. Okay. They're all liars. What politician isn't a liar?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry. They are all.
Especially the ones that have been in it for a long time.
Okay. Nick's throwing heat. Okay. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. Biden is old. Yes, so is Trump. Look, they both need Cialis. Remember, I said that I'm equal opportunity on dishing on these. I don't. They're not my gods or anything. Like some people put these politicians in as gods. No. There's lots of things wrong with both of them. None of them give specifics. Okay, yes, I agree.
No, I mean, I've gotten to a point though where when celebrities express political opinions, I just shut them down. Shut them off.
Unless they are saying move out of the country and stuff, then I agree, mock the hell out of them. But are you really you're now putting now he's putting The Rock in thumbnails with a dress on. And stuff.
I don't downvote every Mark Hamill post on Instagram.
Right,
okay?
I'm sure.
And he goes off on him constantly. Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, dude, I don't care. Whatever. Scroll on, Luke Skywalker. Scroll on.
Fact is, people are voting for Kamala. I don't know if people would have voted for her either.
That's why that's why Biden's on the head of the ticket.
Okay. All right.
Either way, we're getting a Kamala Harris presidency. If that.
Firewater's here.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Oh man, the chat finally caught up. People want to talk about it a little bit. I mean, I want to talk about it as fair and balanced as I can. Say
they're on a discussion. Yeah.
Say they're all idiots, just so you don't think I'm biased. It could have gone better for Biden. There were some low points for Trump too, though, and I think if you don't realize that, don't be a blind follower of anyone, really. I think you should be able to condemn craziness on both sides. Okay.
I've also delved down the QAnon route myself, so you kind of understand where I'm coming from on that one. So it's like, I get a little conspiratorial when we start talking about the establishment, as it were, not just Democrats, but just people who have been in power for a really long time.
Well, why do you think that? Why is Gamora obviously against? I don't know. I mean,
well, because
he says it the most.
No, because
he also uses that. He also uses that to skirt real issues. Trump, I'll tell you what, Trump absolutely says that. Oh, they're all against me. It's all. Yeah. He says it as a blanket statement to skirt real issues and avoid real topics for sure. Yeah, The Rock should run for president. Then I'd be interested. Oh, you don't like Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
No, I just come on, man.
It's not any worse than reality TV stars.
No, I get it.
This is the reality of politics, Brian. I mean, this is the way it's going. There's more opportunity for a celebrity to get in office than just a politician.
Name recognition.
Right.
They're not from the establishment.
Well,
but
welcome to the new age. This is how it is.
yeah.
Hey, Firewater. We're trying to have.
Hey.
We'll talk about the debates a little bit. We don't want to go overly political. I just think it was altogether a mess. I have problems with both sides.
It was awful.
Yes.
It was awful.
There were. I don't think there were both bad moments on both sides. Where he's telling the president to just shut up and shush. That was not good on Biden.
Yeah, but that's going to score a lot with the Twitter mobs and all that.
Okay, yeah,
I was skipping that during the debate. Although, and then Trump throws insults too. But it's I don't know. I don't know. I thought Biden did better than I expected him to.
Yes, he did do better than I expected. I didn't expect much.
Yeah, but like the bar was like 2 feet high when for the high jump there. You just jump over it.
The expectations were like, is he confident?
Trump is always. Trump is always confident in what he's doing. He's always shows confidence. Also give him that.
Right, but he came out too aggressive in like the first half hour.
Well, that's him.
In my opinion, no, but like you got to give the man a chance to talk. Like you got to give Biden the opportunity to kind of like hang himself, so to speak.
Yeah.
Let him gaff, trip him up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thought Biden kept his composure reasonably well, I have to say. He did tell him to shut up. But
I did like the moment where he was talking about his family, and then I didn't think he would say that. He said, my son has had drug problems. He's had problems like a lot of people out there, and I still am proud of him.
No,
I like that.
He shouldn't have brought up his son.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't like that either. No, I don't think it gained him anything.
Yeah.
Because all he did was deny everything. And then it was like, okay, well, that's his son, not him. Now, one could argue, well, you got those because of political ties of your father or whatever. And maybe there's some argument to be made there. But like, I'm less concerned about Hunter Biden. I'm more concerned about what's going to happen to the country. That's what I give a crap about. So like he hit him on stuff that was just unimportant. I would have hit him on the riots more, although maybe he did under the, I missed the kind of like law and order section. I'm going to rewatch the debate.
I think Biden did say there's good people in the police, which I'm happy. And I wasn't sure if he was going to because there's a lot of people that just say defund the police, and that's not realistic. And people do want law and order, and if you go down that route, you're gonna lose, I think. Because
the problem is too, with Minneapolis, where they started that entire movement, they regret their decision now.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I mean, the unfortunate thing is that cops are a necessary evil.
Right.
I wish.
I don't think giving them less money is going to help either.
Well, here's what's going to happen. You want to slash police salaries. Okay. A lot of the good cops will go to private security.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My wife, she used to hire armed security. She worked for a very major billion-dollar jewelry company, and she used to hire armed guards for the vault. They all had detectives from all over the place, special forces on their resume. They come from all over the country because they're going to pay them good and whatever. Those that can't go private, they're going to go do something else or retire. Right. So what you're going to do, you're going to cut salaries by 30, 40%, let's say. You're going to bring in the people that want to crack skulls. You're not going to attract the best candidates.
Right. Yeah.
And I see it in towns by me in the summer when they hire auxiliary police. They'll smack you in the head with a baton. I didn't even do anything. Fuck you. And you get, there's a reason why the regular police academy wouldn't take them. Right.
Yeah.
So yes, there needs to be reform. There needs to be better training. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. But and at the same time, smashing up local businesses and especially minority communities is unintelligent. It achieves nothing.
Yeah.
And
the argument at that point.
Yeah. You're gonna, and that's where I think Trump. I don't know. Did he hit him on Biden and Harris bail with the bail fund?
Yeah, that's some. That's some terrible.
I don't remember that part. I missed a few parts.
I'm asking him if he hit him on it. I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't watch it actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the Talking Heads when I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, if he did, that was good. But he was because he did ask Joe Biden. One of the last thing I saw was he asked him, "Name me one law enforcement agency that backs you."
Okay. Yeah.
Name me one.
Yeah.
Well, you can't. because
Right.
he's got Chicago.
He's got
in the
unions on his side.
which never happens with Republicans.
Yes,
because
so
the Democrats are bought by the unions. Not today. Not now. And the
That could be a big thing going into elections for sure. Yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
absolutely. Hillary Clinton depended on the unions.
Yeah.
They did not turn out for her.
Yeah.
And it is it's crazy.
You know what the worst thing about this was, Firewater?
What's that?
Not the actual who's going to win and who's going to accept it's the actual voting process and getting to a result. This is going to be a long.
Yeah.
They're both setting it up. They're both like, oh, we're not going to have an answer right away. First thing Trump says,
And
it might be
it has to be if whoever gets the most votes early, and you can like predict a landslide.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to vote by mail. I got to be honest. I like going into the little booth, pressing my little buttons. Makes me happy.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't do that, unfortunately. But you know, I do think that that's going to be a problem.
I mean, that's the main problem I have with this whole thing. That and the one comment I told Brian I did not like from Trump. I think if you constantly say the crazy far left and then you play softball for the right craziness, I have a problem. I think you should be called out equally. And that moment was bad for what I think he said, no, me and some of the viewers and even on the panel, differences of opinion on how radical the Proud Boys and stuff are. But he said, stand by and something like stand down and stand by. That's that was freaky to me. Like, okay, let's see what happens. And then I'll let you know. And that's like talking directly to them almost. That was kind of creepy to me. That was the moment I didn't like.
It was a heated debate. I didn't see that, but I'll take your word for it. It's, you know, it's I don't know. To me,
some people think the moderator was horrible. What's your thoughts on that? Chris Wallace, I believe.
I think he's reasonably good. But you know, it's. I don't know. I don't think.
I don't think anyone can control
Trump needs to just stop talking. You know, he needs to let Biden get a couple of, you know, and if he gets something wrong, you hit him on it, but you got to let the man talk.
Phobic. I say I can criticize everyone. I don't like what's going on. Max should be the moderator. I would be laughing hysterically. Yeah, they need him. They need a stream. They need to do this in StreamYard with a mute button. That would solve it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like you have 2 minutes. Mute. That would solve the problem.
But I do think though, if I don't know who won the debate, because like I said, I gotta rewatch the last half hour or so. But Trump was struggling in the first, and then once it came to Law and Order, he hit him on stuff.
Yeah,
he said like, "Who endorses you? Nobody." You know, that's because you're full of crap.
Right.
And the bottom line is that, you know, people are going to value safety and security above all else. You know, these riots are, they're just, they're going to hand Trump the election, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because nothing else, man. Because you know what it is? Coronavirus is temporary. That shit's going to go away by next year. We already have a vaccine, or it should go away. We have a vaccine in the works. Once you achieve herd immunity, it should be fine. You can modulate the vaccine as needed, as they do for the flu every year. But the burned down buildings, the imagery, there are certain cities in America that never recovered from riots. Newark, New Jersey had riots, I think, in the 60s or 70s. From what I heard, a lot of people that are in New Jersey, the only reason they go to Newark is because they have an international airport.
I don't think he's wrong about Portland saying, like, if I send in the guard, it'll be done, and they won't let me.
Oh, no, well, he did, because he did that in Kenosha and stomped it out.
Okay.
There was another issue, I think, in either Pittsburgh or Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I think they called in law enforcement and they called in the National Guard, snuffed it out. And you charge these people federally. Because the only reason the riots, see, the way riots work is you lose by attrition. One side has to lose, right? It's like any war. The challenge is, and normally back in the day, you charge somebody with rioting, throw them in jail for 10 years. Make the bail high enough so that, you know, it's difficult to get them out. So then eventually enough of the agitators that begin the riots, they get arrested enough to the point where it's like, oh, okay, other people back off. But they're not doing that in Portland. They're catch and release. The DA refuses to prosecute. I would argue he's derelict of duty, and he
Okay.
should be forcibly removed from office.
All right.
But I guess out there they have that kind of power. I guess I never saw a prosecutor like not prosecute,
Well,
and they have
yeah.
repeat offenders too.
Well, they were going for 100+ days, and then they decided to federally deputize the sheriffs there.
Correct. The
Made a
local
federal
police
marshal.
as well as the system. So now federal crime. And a fun fact about the federal justice system: if you are convicted of a federal crime and you get time, there's no parole. You get 5 years. You serve 5 years to the day.
Mm.
Yeah.
You get 10. You get 10. You get 3. You get 3. So if they're going to put, especially because they're looking to put, I heard that they're looking to put mandatory minimums of like 5 years for rioting. And to me, it's I don't know. One guy was a paralegal. He thought he could go around and hit cops. He lost his job. Yeah. I read that. He was a paralegal in his 30s.
Well, I really feel
he got indicted by a grand jury, a federal grand jury.
Well, these people too. Some of these small business owners, that all the stock in their store was they had because they were shut down too, and I feel so bad for them. Small business owners that got horrible.
Right.
There's problems all around. We might as well do a Jeremy is actually doing really good on YouTube. He's going really political with his D-Day Cobra.
Well, yeah, that's because there's nothing on Hollywood to shit on. And also a fun little fact. We through a little heated exchange, one of his staff members kind of tipped the hand a little bit. I believe it was Mary Mayhem, whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah.
She confirmed that Jeremy, at the very least, does not pay her when she appears on streams.
Ah.
So when she does when she does videos for Geeks and Gamers. And he hit me on that on the stream. He gave me a hard time about that. He said, "You have no proof." He's like, "You know what? You're right. I don't. Now I do."
All right.
I do. So
Ask Mary Ashmead. She knows.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the sad thing is about YouTube and grifters, though, Firewater? It's not uncommon for big YouTubers to actually accept money from smaller YouTubers to even come on their stream to get promoted.
Yeah, but then Jeremy made a video saying when he was going after that, what was her name? The one, Julie, I think the one chick who was spamming with Anna. He said, "I can't help you get famous. I can't do this." I guess that he was just saying that publicly then. It's funny though, because she tipped her hand and said, "Well, he bought me a Nintendo Switch and a camera." I was like, "All right, so you don't get paid. You don't get paid. That's all you need to say." And then she blocked everyone and their mother.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Yeah. So I mean,
but here's the question I want to ask to you. Even Trump supporters, do you realize there's Trump derangement syndrome for Trump supporters too, where they think they could just say whatever they want because their man's in office? You're a loser in a pool house going out. This is exactly what so hypocritical of what Trump supporters got during the last elections. They got condemned publicly for even saying they voted that they are going to vote for Trump. But now you're doing that to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just because he said Biden Harris. He's doing bunch of videos now putting Rock in a dress and stuff.
Yeah, well, I guess he's gonna make 100 videos about that now, right?
Right. I mean, this is pathetic. So let's watch him trying to go after The Rock. I'm like, are you serious, bro? I like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, I don't think he's a fine actor.
I mean, he has his right to say who he's voting for. A bunch of TDS trolls for Trump went on his Instagram, and of course, what does the grifter do? He always points to downvoting mobs to act like they're real tough guys. Say that to his face. If there's ever a case to say that you would never say that to his face.
Yeah, fake internet alphas, they crack me up, man.
Right. He's always saying alpha dogs. I think he even goes, "Let's watch this video. This is hilarious." This is for comedy.
There is nothing better than seeing a Hollywood celebrity get smacked with
He
reality,
got smacked.
and that's exactly what happened to
I
The
think it'd be
Rock,
funny to watch
potentially
The Rock
the
smack
biggest
Jeremy.
star
I know. I
in
kept thinking of that.
Hollywood. It's a beautiful thing to see what happened to him on his Instagram page after openly supporting Joe Biden.
See, that's all he
and
did.
Kamala Harris for president.
You
This
hypocritical
was
bastard.
beautiful to
Listen,
see. Now, I
I'm
wanna
not
give a
against
shout out
Trump
to
supporters,
Sinister.
but that's what everyone had problems with the last election. You should be able to say whoever you're voting for publicly and not get condemned just because you say you're voting for them or support them. This is exactly what you were whining about,
Yeah,
Jeremy. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's full of shit, dude. I mean, when he says he's not the smartest and the brightest, I take him at his word. You know, and again, he can't really debate all that well. Although he did hit me on a couple of things that I didn't have strong rebuttals for. But you know, I don't know, man. It just feels like, you know, if a celebrity endorses somebody, a celebrity endorses somebody.
right?
Yeah.
It's not. It's not like. As far as I know, The Rock hasn't gone across the line saying like "F Trump" and I'm gonna leave the country, and you should too if he gets elected. He hasn't said all that.
I didn't go like full Madonna or anything.
He hasn't even. I don't think he said defund the police or anything like that, which is a complicated thing. You shouldn't just say a blanket statement, and I think that causes more problems than good. If you like, we've already discussed that. Having more qualified people with a higher salary is going to help keep them in line. Honestly, you know, but let's get back to this
let's get back to the video. Yeah, this is awful.
Who actually told me about this in my comments. Now, obviously, I knew that The Rock endorsed Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I saw that going around, but I don't really spend a lot of time on Instagram. I do have an Instagram if you want to follow me over there. It's at D-Day Cobra. But I don't.
I don't have an Instagram, but follow me.
I was actually at Firewater. I was actually watching The Social Dilemma on Netflix. It's really good.
It's something else, right?
I only started it. It really makes you think, and it really makes me think if I should even continue on YouTube. Really, I'm like, I should just enjoy my life and get away from this crap. But I like you friends here, though. I enjoy that part, and I treat more. Oh, here's Michael S. Well, what about the Rock? What about the Rock, Michael S?
Whatever, he can endorse whoever he wants.
No.
Michael S is because that's fine, and I'm not criticizing for that.
That's kind of what I say. Any more with celebrity endorsements, it's just like shrug your shoulders and move on. They're gonna say something, you know.
But he's saying he got smacked by TDS trolls that think I don't think Trump's God. Like some of them think he's actually God. It's weird.
A lot of time on Instagram, but people were telling me that he got roasted in the comments section of this video where he was preaching about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and trying to act like he's above all of this. And this is the first time and yada, yada, yada. Screw you, Rock. Screw you, Dwayne Johnston. You are going to lose so much respect.
What?
No, it's not going to kill his career. The guy is making hundreds of millions of dollars.
You'll lose so much respect, but it's not going to kill your career. Okay.
I mean, if we're talking about respect, what is he doing?
Wait, how many likes does it have as opposed to how many comments? Any way to check Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's?
I didn't go that far.
His actual ratio on this one?
Yeah. I'm curious to see if Jeremy's did he do any research or?
No. Although I didn't either. Thanks.
No. Yeah, sorry, I fucked your day up there.
No.
But,
it's Rock Instagram. I'll pull it up now. I don't know if it's actually.
I don't even use Instagram. I do.
I haven't posted. Oh, that's the wrong Rock.
Instagram's one of the last places I follow celebrities on. Other than that, I care less what they have to say anymore.
No, but why is it only shitty YouTubers can have political opinions? I don't understand that.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. No, it's fine. I just don't have to agree with their opinion.
No, but I mean, like in him, it's like, oh my God, he endorsed, Biden.
Yeah,
right? He endorsed Biden Harris. Okay.
Go right ahead. It's a free country.
Okay.
It's supposed to be.
I mean, it's supposed to be freedom of speech, but apparently, if you make a shit ton of money, you're not allowed to have political opinions.
Right. If you're celebrity, yeah. Instead of a pool house grifter.
Yeah.
He brought up credibility. We should ask about his. He's friends with Doomcock. There's no credibility on this. There's very little credibility on this platform. I'm sorry. Anybody. Okay.
In terms of the respect factor, you have lost so much of it from so many people. But this comment section is an absolute beautiful thing, and the silent majority needs to start speaking up.
No, here's what I say. What I see happening a lot is right-wing people that have TDS that go cross the line. That think they do go don't downvote everything, vote mobs, downvote, and it's ridiculous. And Jeremy is like he's going to that base and supporting it. He's pointing at it so you could go add to it. It's ridiculous just because that's exactly what you said you were against when people were upset with people voting and saying publicly for Trump. But Biden he's not God Emperor. Oh, thank goodness, Michael S. Okay. Yes, no, I need you on here in the future, and I maybe I'll come to the Tuck and Roll show on Saturday night. I'll say, I'll go in with my Biden Harris. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. I'm not no Rock.
You already got enough heat in there as it is, man.
Yeah. No, I don't think anyone. I'm a lot of your viewers will want to roll me right away. If you smell, yeah, but he's not stopping. He did another video on this today. Put him in a dress, not thumbnail.
To start letting everybody know that we're tired of your bullshit.
Okay.
Rock, we're tired of your bullshit.
Oh,
okay?
he's talking right to him.
Fan. I've always appreciated The Rock. I appreciate his movies. I appreciate him as an action star.
Now here's where he diminishes his craft. He's like, you're only a person that pretends to be people, and you should shut up. But Pool Boy shouldn't. This is where
Jeremy pretends to be smart. He should shut up.
Oh my God! Right?
Right.
The fact that he gets paid to pretend that he's someone else for a living, and that's why he's entertaining. Rock, you're good at pretending to be other people, but when you're actually
Jeremy, you're good at pretending like you're for fandom when it's really geeks and politics. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jeremy's really for paying the people that fucking make content for him.
Yeah.
No, really. No, really. Let me give you a hard time, Firewater, about that, because I asked him point blank, and he said he's a sole proprietor.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, also, hopefully they signed the rights away because he's probably not worth suing, but I don't know. I don't know how that works.
No, that was a good comment Trump did. That was funny. China ate your lunch, Joe. I did like that. Oh, but that was a funny moment in the debate. Yeah.
Just being yourself, no one really cares. And this comment section
care.
is proof of that. Let's just look at the comment section. Now, first,
is this like Lewis saying he was harassed?
Conversation with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. It's always important to identify the conversations that really matter. And this conversation is critical. Voting, all of us.
Is he really doing the soy boy voice talking about The Rock? The Rock has never delivered a line like that.
I was gonna say, man, I don't know, man. He must be really behind on the mortgage there in the pool house. He is scraping, dude.
No, his channel's blowing up. D-Day Cobra.
Yeah, but I heard I spoke to somebody and they said revenues are down across monetized outrage. Okay. The CPMs aren't there.
The subs are up, but the views are not as good.
Oh, and his Geeks and Gamers Premium is he lost, I think, 20 subs or something like that. Yeah.
He says it's doing good.
Of course he is. Everything. Yeah, of course. He won't acknowledge reality.
Are getting out there to cast our vote for who we want, our voice, our power.
That's good. Vote for who you want. He didn't say
how strongly.
Well, I don't understand why he's mocking him here.
It's gonna be okay. You can tell. You can yell all you want, but I'm not blocking you from our conversation. I won't yell back. Just try.
Don't do that. Don't try to do this voice.
I don't know. Yeah, he's got a lot of balls mocking The Rock because we both know that fake. And I heard he's not even that tall either. Is he? He's
got balls for brains. I don't know what the hell he's thinking here. I would never say Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I would never say this about you, man. I want you on the show one day.
I disagree with the people that he endorses, but I support. But I support his right to. He can endorse, he hasn't a bag of marshmallows if he wants to. I don't.
He hasn't jumped the shark and saying all this other crazy stuff that some other celebrities.
It sounds like he's being reasonable here.
Right. This isn't enough. Calling out The Rock.
Pretty milquetoast in his opinion here. It's like
you're right. Brian, when we first started this video, I immediately pictured in my head The Rock and Jeremy in a ring.
Oh, well, who's this? Jordan Belize. I'm sure Jeremy is watching this right now and he's laughing. He did say no one could get him. Lol. I don't know what that means.
Jeremy. No, Jeremy doesn't watch me anymore. He used to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, is he that thin-skinned?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, let's finish this out. This is hilarious to me.
Such an elitist, trying to act like he's better than you.
He didn't say he's better than you.
Because we all have to work to do now. Let's talk about voting.
Yeah, we all have work that could go on either side. That's not immediately again. This is why I say there is TDS on both sides.
And he said he was willing to have a conversation. That's not TDS.
Right.
So I don't know. I think again, Jeremy is scraping the bottom of the barrel. He's got to hit something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look
It's
at
just-
the comment section. Trump 2020.
Okay.
Well, Rock, we definitely don't
All
smell.
right, well, we
what
got
you're
one so
cooking.
far.
Trump 2020, 27,000 likes. 27,000 likes. Next one, Trump 2020, 25,000 likes. How much were you paid for this endorsement? 24,000 likes. Get on the Trump train, 20,000 likes. This is fantastic. I love it. Holly Weird owns you, 18,000 likes. Trump 2020,
Internet trolls.
16,000.
I mean, okay, go ahead, vote. Go ahead and support your guy. I just don't get this. Why is he? I don't get this at all.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I got that a lot when I changed my mind too, like with friends and family. But yeah, I'm to the point now where I just don't give a rat's anymore. That is so true, Goldman.
Yeah, he's saying you're the real fire.
Yeah, I'll debate any of them. Well, mostly any of them. There's a couple of them that are unhinged that I can't share a stream with for liability purposes. 'Cause I don't.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, but I'd be more than happy to talk to the overwhelming majority of them. Because it's just one big elaborate grift.
Jeremy does block people he doesn't like, so who's better? Right. He's
Yeah, he does the same damn thing. It's like, at least he said he wouldn't block anyone.
Yeah. He's saying we have work to do. That could be taken on either side. I actually think he's a great personality for people in general, inspiring you to be a hard worker.
I think he's a good man. Yeah, I think he's a good man. Just because he's voting blue doesn't change that. If I ever go back to a friggin' movie theater again, I'd like to see one of his movies. You know? But it's to me, it's just the key thing with Jeremy is just it's the same script over and over again, and it's borderline cultish, if you will.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I guess people need something to believe in. I get that. And you got a lot of people. I feel like he takes advantage of people that are like down on their luck.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't get dealt the best hand family wise or career
Like the Joker.
Or less extreme versions of that. But yeah, the same kind of thing. And then he kind of, in a way, gives them an opportunity to fight back, so to speak. But who are you fighting it back against? Don't worry about that. Keep watching the views and sub to Geeks and Gamers Premium. So to me, that's the thing with him. I don't think he actually believes his own bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's what
and then he's calling his credibility. And I mean, YouTubers are fake as hell. I'm sorry. He's saying you just get paid to act. I think that's the same thing you're doing, Jeremy.
Yeah, bro, you get paid to act angry.
You get paid to act angry, and that's all you could comment on. That you can't be overly positive about anything.
Well, and I see that there's a Geeks and Gamers fan here, Jordan Ballsy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jordan Ballsy. Sorry, I don't have my.
Yeah, he wants to be on the show soon. I'd let him on.
Absolutely, I have no problem with that. And I will be respectful. But the challenge is when Geeks and Gamers actually releases a product, it fails. Okay. And I would argue the fandom menace in general. Okay. So Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy released a music video based off Miss American Pie. It was about episode 9. It was cringy as shit. I'm sorry. He spent a lot of money on that. He lost money. He barely cracked 100K views. He makes a Brie Larson video, and he even admits business-wise it's better for him to do that. But that's the thing, though. He can't create. Look at the fandom menace in general, okay? You got Jeremy. And no offense to anyone that didn't finish high school, but he was working retail. He was working low-wage jobs for the majority of his career. And that was a self-inflicted error. You got Jessie Milestone, failed actress. Right?
Yes, we confirmed.
Josiah Rises, failed filmmaker.
Oh, okay. He was. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, that's what he says on his Patreon. He is
the worst.
He can't even pronounce half the shit that he reads. It's embarrassing. I blame public schools. But
who's this?
You got Anna.
Older Talk is here, man.
Who's an artist? I guess I don't know if she's a working artist. She bitches about Star Wars for a living, and she simps a little. She has some simps.
Right. I mean, considering the quality of the work, I'm not saying she's horrendous, but she's. I mean, it's below average.
No, I mean she's a decent artist, but decent's not going to get you paid. All right, fair enough. Well, we'll disagree on that. Let's take my point. She's a decent artist. That's still not good enough.
Right.
Who's a decent artist?
Anna, that Star Wars girl.
That
I saw
Griff-
somewhere.
She's
that
all right.
Griff girl. That Griff girl.
She's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think so.
Well, the thing is, she look. I mean, it's like she'll
Did you
get.
see that cover for Vampirella?
I mean, she focuses on like the sexual. She likes the sexual side of things, which is going to do well with a certain group of people out there who've never once seen a pair of boobs.
oh, hey Matt, how you doing?
I'm exhausted, dude.
Yo, that debate,
Oh, so
though,
now
there
that
wasn't enough alcohol in the world to go through that debate.
I was
yes,
I was working during it, so I was just
then
listening.
Then God bless you.
Oh no, I'm really happy that I was in the middle of nowhere, like legitimately like 20 miles from anything, trying to find like a house. When I heard something really dumb, I could yell and like no one would hear me. Like it was great.
I was watching it with my in-laws and my wife, and we were just like, I was laughing at some of the shit. I thought it was just like I was laughing because I was like, this can't be real right now.
No, it's reality.
No, but it is though. It is. But no, just getting back to the Fandom Minute. So they released a couple of products, right? Okay, Stealing Solo. Okay,
Crash and burn.
Stealing your money, more like. Stealing Yodo. Got him.
Yeah, right.
But
book that what was it? Stephen Walton's book.
Yeah, he sold $12,000 worth. Okay, that's great, man. That's great. Close to the lowest 5 figures you could get. Okay, man. Yeah. International author. He sold 3 copies to like Europe. Okay, man. All right, man. You did it. And I know my apologies to Snowdub. I know that's his friend. But at least he delivered it, so I will give him that. I will give him that.
Snowdub, he's like, yeah, he's my friend, but you could say whatever. He doesn't like censorship.
No, I know Snowdub's a good dude. So I just didn't want to appear disrespectful to him because I actually like Snowdub.
Yeah.
But it's okay. So then some guy tried to get a comic funded, and I actually texted the guy. I was like, look, I'll PayPal you a bill right now. I'll PayPal you $100. Give me your information. Because I think if you're going to complain about all this stuff, so that's where I give Comicsgate a little bit of credit because they released a different product and let the cards fall where they may. Okay, I'll give you that. They were trying to do the same thing. Like all you guys do is bitch about Star Wars, and it's about dunking on people on Twitter and staying angry about stuff. Trying to solve impossible problems all day with your time.
No, I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars Theory, but he at least produced a fan film that's pretty well regarded.
And his old stuff where he did the lore and stuff and the kind of like the little role plays and stuff, I thought that was good.
But there's absolutely no quality coming from this group except just shitting on everything.
Yeah.
And just to give you context to this reaction, Matt, he is doing the soy voice about Dwayne The Rock Johnson just because he says he's voting for on his Instagram. This is a troll.
Well, Jeremy he's lost it in my opinion. Like he knows that the grift is on its way out. He has to at this point. I mean, if you think about it, it's like the reign of Trump does feel like it's coming to an end.
I don't know. I don't know,
man. I don't know. Well, it will end at some point, whether it's in November, or February, when the fuck the votes get counted. I don't know. But or 4 years after that. So you're right to a degree. I don't know, man. I think having all those law enforcement agency endorsements is huge.
Yeah. You
can't ignore that.
I agree with Firewater, especially considering recent events. That is important, and that's. I mean,
okay. Well, no. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with that one. I'm totally fine with the police endorsement. Okay. Proud Boys, stay back.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I didn't see that, but I heard it. Bad idea.
Well, that is the soundbite that will be heard around the world. Nothing else from tonight matters. That soundbite's what will matter. And that soundbite's going to come back to bite him in the ass.
It was like he was talking directly to them, like, okay, hang tight until we see what happens with this.
Well, and then at the end, urging his supporters to go to polling places and watch, which means intimidate. You know?
Well, you have to assume that's the intention, but there's a disagreement on there.
I think that's a little bit of a stretch. The Proud Boys thing is not good. That is a bad look. That is a bad look. Any way you slice that, I'll agree with you on that.
I do wish, at the same point, though, I wish Biden went harder on the riots, the peaceful protests going into riot. But he did say they should be prosecuted. I like that. They crossed the line. They should be prosecuted. I like that.
Well, yeah, no, I mean there were elements of it. Like again, I thought Biden did serviceable. You know, nothing about it was absolutely amazing on his end, but it wasn't his debate to win. It was Trump's debate to lose.
Okay.
And Trump lost exponentially.
I don't know. I'm telling you, man.
God
Listen,
damn it, Max. Actually, fucking like take a stand on this shit. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
No,
when you have the
think
president who
Father
will not
Ackman-
denounce white nationalism,
No, I don't like that. I definitely.
that is an automatic L.
No, but
That's an automatic L.
You would think, but it's not.
No, because is that your opinion? That it's not an automatic L by not denouncing white nationalism and giving a dog whistle call to arms to an actual pro-fascist fucking group out there that do attack people in the streets? Is that
there's room for people who not in me, but there's other people.
I'm asking your opinion, Max. I don't care about anyone else in this situation. I'm asking your opinion.
Right. I didn't. That was the worst moment of the debate for him, and I don't. That was alarming that he's also in the same debate saying that we'll have to see what happens and won't give a strong saying like I will accept the results.
Yeah.
And then stand by. I don't like that. That's not cool.
Well, he should have said he'll accept the results even if he won't.
Right.
I mean, that's just
he should have said it.
However the American people vote, if I lose, I'll be disappointed. Boom. If I win,
the only reason
I will do double middle fingers to the loser.
The only reason I say that, Matt, is I see social media. He has a lot of support Trump, and it's a lot with the younger
but
vote.
That's not a metric. That's not a metric anymore. Don't you understand? Like the metric is not Twitter.
Well, unfortunately, I disagree. I think social media is I think that really.
But where, Max? Okay. Where? It's not Twitter. It's Facebook.
Facebook is dominated by conservatives, even though
it is. And that is going to be a problem. But Facebook has also cracked down a bit on the fake shit.
Look at the Instagram.
Well, not everything a conservative post is fake. I
mean, that's true. But it's like when I'm out doing a census thing, I've actually encountered a woman who was a Trump supporter who was like, I was a little afraid to answer the door because I read on Facebook that a lot of you census workers are actually just thieves in disguise posing as census workers who are going to kill and rape me if I open the door. So it's like, all of that shit, it has an impact. That is true. But what I'm asking here, Max, you specifically, what about tonight was not an instant L? Like, is there anything that he could have said, like outside of, I mean, like when you don't denounce that shit, and we know that race relations are at an all-time low in this country right now. We know that the shit's on fucking, it's a tinderbox waiting to explode. And when the president of the United States, the leader of the free fucking world, pardon my language, I apologize, comes out when asked, will you right now denounce white nationalism, and will not denounce white nationalism? It's not a hard question.
Right. It's not.
It's not a hard question. And and that in and of itself should be enough.
How did he answer? Did he reject the premise of it?
He did not reject the premise of it. He didn't reject the premise of it. He didn't do anything of the sort. When asked hard questions, he just chooses another angle, and that's what he talks about. And Chris Wallace absolutely positively gave him the fucking lead in. Sorry, God damn it. Gave him the lead in to do it. That was a problem with Chris Wallace. And I like Chris Wallace, and I'm a liberal, and I like Chris Wallace.
Chris Wallace is reasonable.
He's reasonable, which I like about him. But he was also being attacked tonight. Everything we saw tonight.
Yeah. Jeremy made a video on it already.
Yeah, was it? Well, I'm sure he did. Of course, there's money in it.
Yeah.
Of course he did. He's out there pushing QAnon. Tom Hanks is a child cannibal, whatever the hell it is that he says. Of course he's going to do it. He's in freaking Pensacola, Florida, dude. That's basically like Floribama. All right, like out there, I'm pretty sure it would be a fair. God. If we found out that Jeremy's wife was actually his sister, I would be like, I get it. Like that is the type of world. That's what they associate with. What, dude? Come on. He's going to go out there and make claims that Tom Hanks. Come on, dude. If you're going to criticize these guys, look at their politics. Look at what they denounce versus what they just kind of let skate by.
Right. I agree with you there. They attack one side. Absolute. They play softball for the mob.
Exactly.
Right. I totally agree with that. I'm not saying me. I'm saying.
But I still want to know your opinion.
I don't know. I can't support that. No.
So
I cannot support that. No, absolutely not.
So in your mind,
I think you have to call it out on both sides.
Dude, but this isn't a both sides issue right now. We're not talking about both sides. This is the problem.
Here's the thing. To be reasonable, it was a long debate. It was very heated. I'd like to see if Trump comes out and denounces white nationalism later. I don't think
he has very fine people in Charlottesville was 3 years ago.
Well,
there has been
but that quote was kind of shortened and clipped.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't, Firewater. No, it wasn't. That question was asked in very much relation to the people who were there.
Well, the same point that Biden didn't go hard enough against the Antifa rioters. Like, Antifa's
no, he didn't.
Idea.
He didn't, and that was a problem on his end.
Right.
But he did quote Christopher Wray, the head of the FBI, who did under oath testify just the other day that Antifa is an ideology, not an organized group, which is true. I don't agree with Antifa.
Several states have declared Antifa as a terrorist organization independent of Trump. And
would those states be Republican run?
Nope.
No, Antifa definitely. I'm from Portland. That's my hometown. All right. So I watch it get completely defiled by idiots, for 100 days this year, and watch it get absolutely run through the mud by conservative media shitting on the place I grew up that I love. So, I'm not a fan of that shit. I'm not a fan of Antifa in the destruction of property.
Here's Sci-Fi Dragon's argument.
People doing the shitting or the coverage of the shitting?
What are you talking about?
Well, you said you kind of blast the conservative media, but they're just playing footage that is actually happening there.
Well, the footage that they play is also heavily curated. And don't get me wrong, every media does it.
Left, though,
it's the same one. No, I know. It's every media does it, so I'm not a big fan of it. But if you look at like the social media part of it, you have certain provocateurs there that are outright
it's fair.
That are outright like they're framing it a certain way. They're doxing. Like if a protester gets arrested, once their mugshot name goes in the system, they then blast that out to conservatives as more of a,
do you consider that doxing?
I consider, you know what, it's I think it's not necessarily doxing because that information is considered public.
Yeah.
However,
it's not intended use though.
It is considered, I believe, targeted harassment because at that point that information is being used.
But wait, hold on a second. Newspapers do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. Even though I talk about true crime, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's like I think it also depends on the intent of the usage of it. If it's a person who committed a murder, right? Then yeah, like you want to make sure
that throwing a brick at a cop. I mean, what do you?
Well, if you're throwing a brick at a cop, that's more of an assault issue. But if you're just like out there and you're resisting arrest, I mean, come on. I think like in some cases maybe there should be a bit more, I don't know, tact in these situations.
Well, here's Jordan.
But either side is just out to get each other. So
Jordan Hemphill is in the back. I think that's him from. I hope it is. I don't want to a situation like on this Poindexter Lounge. I'll see. Okay, here we go. Jordan, is that you?
Yep.
Okay. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's all good. How are you?
Oh, all right. It's got a little hot here. You are a Jeremy supporter, right?
Yep. I am willing to call him out when he messes up a lot, like I have in the past. And me and my friend, we both do that. And I am still going on the website soon. But I don't agree with everything he says.
Sure, that's fair enough, man. I think this is jumping the shark, criticizing, and I don't like this when people do this. They're Trump supporters, criticizing just because the way he's voting and saying we have work to do to vote, and doing the soy voice for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that I think is a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, and
he doesn't care. His supporters don't care. They're not going to call him out on it.
No, en masse they don't. Maybe, like I said, the gentleman here is not happy with that.
In relevancy, The Rock is way more credible, and then also diminishing people that are in the art of acting, saying you just get paid to act like someone else. When what is he doing on the internet? He
should stick to movies and TV and all that stuff.
This is always what it was. So this is
why is he bothering with politics?
This is his personal channel. To be fair, this is personal. Okay. But I mean, pretty much this is the real Jeremy from the beginning, though. I think he's acting like he actually cares about fandom and geeks when it's more about politics. maybe about Nintendo. Maybe about Nintendo.
Oh, Jeremy cares about what fills his wallet. Let's be fair.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he loves Nintendo though. Nintendo is his thing. He's a big Nintendo fanboy, but this is
that makes sense because Nintendo is excellent at just repackaging the same thing and selling it back to you, and that's basically all of Jeremy's arguments. So yeah, I get it.
I agree completely. Yeah.
The plus politics.
We were able to confirm one of his little soldiers there broke rank. He does not pay the people making videos on his channel, or at least that one person.
Who was that one person though?
Mary Berry. She makes content on Geeks and Gamers semi-regularly, or at least she used to. But he bought me a Switch. Okay.
Well,
he didn't buy me a Switch.
Good thing
Can
you sold
Switch. That's that's a nice little pay. So
hey, I'll be real. If he gets me a PS5 this holiday, I will join Geeks and Gamers.
I'll chauffeur him hard, right?
No, but I mean, like and he gave me the reason why I bring it up because he gave me crap during that live stream, which is almost a year old now, and he really made it a point. Like he was DMing Ryan in the background because he was totally a neutral moderator.
He's the next Jeremy now. I feel bad because he had such potential. Now it's just the same
know what it is? His Star Wars EU videos. Unfortunately, the Star Wars EU videos overall, not even him, don't really make a lot of money.
Well, now he's complaining about CD Projekt Red. Now he's going after that, because and it's this topic that you talked about before on my show, Firewater, about the grind right before games release. They said they wouldn't do it, but they did it anyway to get it on release date.
I don't have any sympathy. I'm going to be honest. Don't take the job. This is what you signed up for.
This is part of the industry.
I mean, there were points where I was going to grad school, working full time, and interning 20 hours a week. I don't want to hear it. I feel like my generation is kind of an embarrassment in terms of that. I don't want to because I'm considered a millennial, and it bothers the hell out of me.
It's a reality of the business in Hollywood
that's what you get when you sign up. If you don't want to, maybe you could code somewhere else where it's a little bit more lenient. And to me, it's like how these people get compensated. That's individual.
Well, I mean that is how they stay in business, or they get absorbed by bigger companies. If you don't have your game released for the holiday, I mean, it's better than it used to be across.
Or you know what? If you're dealing with a publisher, they could stop funding you if you don't release.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people don't realize. And so CD Projekt Red's pretty big, but they're still bound to the dollar just like everyone else. So the challenge with that is, but then again, he probably doesn't want to pay more for games.
Right.
Well, who is publishing Cyberpunk?
CD Projekt Red. I don't know who the.
Are they self-published?
Are they? I mean, they might. I think The Witcher made enough money.
I think they do actually.
They're like Rockstar. I think they do their own thing.
No, well, Rockstar's owned by Take-Two, but
okay.
Yeah. It is, I think, just CD Projekt Red. I think
CD Projekt is the company.
They have a lot of control over their product because they said we are not nickel and dime the consumer. We're keeping at the 60. We're not jumping to 70 for Cyberpunk.
Well, that's impressive.
I'm buying it because of that. Yeah,
they're gonna have to grind. This shit does not get made overnight. I mean, I really challenge anyone who criticizes the industry for this. That's fine.
Well,
but what do these people do for work?
Right. I can't stand all this criticizing of actual people that create our entertainment and just dunking on them constantly. And unfortunately, Disney's losing jobs. I mean, I have problems with Disney, but they're letting people go at the parks. That's sad.
No, that breaks my heart, man.
Yeah, that's real sad.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, a lot of these Disneyland,
they're
Disney
good
World,
people. They're not bad people. They're just trying to scrape out a living for themselves.
The cities, all the businesses surrounding that rely on that. Sad day. It's made the news. Disney announces. I'll bring this up. Well, we'll finish this reaction. Disney announces layoffs around 28,000 cast members in the U.S.
Wow.
I would have never thought I'd see that day. Disney stock is a must-have in any portfolio. Any respectable portfolio, it prints money,
right?
The Phantom Menace would have you think that Lucasfilm is a net negative. It's just simply not true,
right? Barcelona be great sentiment. We need to remember that actors are people, along with the people working at Disney. It's crazy when you criticize these companies; these are people's jobs.
So I mean, here's the thing. Here, and maybe Jarbo can either agree or disagree. So here's what I see. Let's say Jeremy. Because right now his thing is, I'm just a guy with an opinion. I don't have influence. Okay, maybe that's true. But let's say he grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. And his opinions cause studios to shut down because he has so many followers and they do what he says. Okay, that's fine. Who are the major advertisers on YouTube?
Right. They need this. Disney's the most. If Disney stops promoting movies,
what happens if they take it away?
Down.
YouTube, you better shut these people down because we're advertising on people that are crapping on our product.
Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've watched these hate videos and the ad that plays is a Disney. or something else.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, they're shooting, they're biting the hand that feeds them.
Well, I mean, that's Jeremy 101 there. But so Jarba, do I have a point there? You think?
No, you have a point. Yeah, you have a point. But at the same time, let's be real. Unless some kind of I guess media organization with some clout calls it out, they don't care.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
They don't, because I mean, look, what caused the first adpocalypse wasn't necessarily PewDiePie and those jokes that the Wall Street Journal called out. What it was is when a few weeks later, when they went on this campaign to find the most offensive video they could running ads, and what they found was a re-upload of a Chief Keef video that had the N-word in the title, and it had 200,000 views. And apparently, when this person watched it without ad block on, there were 3 pre-roll ads, one for McDonald's, one for Starbucks, and I forget the other one. I think it was a computer company. And they took screenshots of that, and that's what they used as a basis for their argument about these companies running ads on clearly offensive material. It was the Chief Keef song was Alabama N-word. That's what it was. And it's like the video, guess how much money that video made?
No idea.
$20.44. All in all, right? Because it ended up getting claimed by an MCN, and they actually released how much money it made. And the person who uploaded it released how much money it made when he first uploaded it. So 200,000 views, it made $20.44. That $20 ended up costing Google about $50 billion. And that's what caused the first adpocalypse in 2017.
What do you think will cause the next one?
Dude, it's everything now, right? Everything. I mean, look at what happened today. Freaking Adult Swim pulls, or HBO Max pulls, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, The Boondocks, and another show pulls episodes permanently because of cultural problems. Like, you're telling me that The Boondocks,
Well,
which
the
is
Boondocks,
No ladies here.
it's like that's what they did today. And like, yeah, everything is, you can't offend anybody. You can't say anything someone's not going to like.
That's more on the left, man.
That is on the left. And well, that's one of the reasons why Trump got elected, was because of how bad it got in 2016, and it's only gotten worse. I mean, I don't know if you guys recall the PC, side of things in the 90s. It started off in the early 90s of the PC culture, and then it got pretty bad towards the end of the 90s. And then something happened where it just kind of stopped, and we started getting humor like Chappelle. We would have never gotten Chappelle in the 90s or now. But where he came and where he rose to his fame came at a time when it was absolutely different. And then everyone just keeps going back into this, don't offend anybody. Don't say anything that's controversial. And the people who do say things that are controversial, who don't care, are able to actually amass a pretty decent fan base because they don't care. And, well, they do actually care, but they claim to not care. And the people who feel disenfranchised are the ones who flock to them. That is why the Trump method works in certain ways, because all he does is go out there and he can relate to the common man, even though there's nothing about him that would relate to the common man. He's never really held a job. Everything is ever
nah, come on, man. He ran those businesses, you could say.
Into the ground, 6 bankruptcies. Okay, fine.
But you're saying that's not the argument. You're saying that he's never worked a real job. If you've ever ran a business or known somebody who has,
he's never done a hard day's labor. How about that? All right. He's never gone and worked physical labor. Let's be fair. He's received how much money? Over $400 million from his father to cover bad debts. I mean, the guy has run so many businesses into the ground. He doesn't know. He's not a good businessman. What we saw on The Apprentice is what people believe that we have in the White House. That was manufactured. That was a product. It wasn't real.
Right. But I mean, a lot of his business bankruptcies were strategic bankruptcies. A lot of companies do operate at a loss. For example, Amazon's never turned a profit.
No, I understand.
YouTube's never turned a profit either.
I know. The Hollywood accounting has said that The Empire Strikes Back has never turned a profit. I get all that. I get all that. That's not what I'm really talking about here. But what he has, Trump Steaks, Trump University, Trump Airlines, Trump Magazine, all he does is license his name to stuff. And then it usually sinks. And now we're finding out through that NYT article this week that come in 2022, he has a hell of a lot of debts that are going to come due, and he doesn't have the assets to cover them. So that's also what he's fighting for right now.
I need a citation on that.
Have you read the article?
No, I have not.
You should really read the article.
What's the article?
The New York Times ran an article about they got Trump's tax returns.
Okay.
And they talk about like how much he paid in federal income tax, how much he paid in preemptive tax. And
Matt, do you think that that's all true? That
I mean, it's possible it's not too, but I
do think it's, but that was federal. That was federal income tax. There's other aspects of that tax as well. And that's the thing. That's the problem with with people talking about taxes. Most of us only really deal with what we get from TurboTax.
Right.
Like we put in our W-2. We give all that information out, and then we either owe money or we get a refund. That's what it is. When you have a business, a lot of businesses and a lot of employees, there's a lot more entanglement that's there. But what's in that article is that Trump did get $72.9 million in a refund that he probably shouldn't have gotten, and he apparently owes back. And that's something that he's trying to avoid as well. He's been like he's not a good business person. That's all I'm trying to say on that one.
I think there's a strong argument for that.
I agree to disagree. Most business people that fail don't become billionaires.
But he's not even really.
Yeah, if you go by the stuff that's come out, he's not even a billionaire. He has inflated his own assets. Michael Cohen even testified to that under oath, and he put it in his book.
Oh boy,
that Trump will inflate his own assets. Now but the thing is though, the stock market.
Are you okay, Brian?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying.
It says Forbes. Forbes says yes, Donald Trump.
I mean, it could be true. It might. I'm open to the possibility that this is politics too, and part of the fake news, which goes on both sides. Man. So I mean, I believe it could be accurate too, though, Matt. I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
But hiding it this long too is pretty comical too. Like, it's not true. Okay, well then what is it? Well, I have to.
Well, he's under audit, and I do.
He's been under audit since before the last election. Are you serious?
Yeah, he's been under audit for years.
Yeah, sometimes when you have considerable assets, it does take a long time. My father-in-law was an auditor. He spent a lot of time.
Everybody's acting like Trump.
Millions upon millions of dollars of union money, like pension funds. So some of them were in the billions. So yes, sometimes it takes a long time to get the numbers out. I know it's hard to believe, and I understand that. But
honestly, I would think he would say that until the end of his term if he gets elected.
Maybe he will, or it's all bullshit. Maybe it is.
I honestly see if he gets elected, he'll still be saying that same thing until he's gone.
Exactly. It's not. It's.
I mean,
because think about it. Every presidential candidate has had to present their taxes. Every single one of them has. So what makes Trump so special?
Because his taxes are much more complicated.
But why?
Because he's a multi-billionaire who has wide variety of holdings, stock.
Yeah, but that depends who you talk to, though, because if you hear it on one side, he doesn't. If you hear it on another, he does. You gotta
let me finish, though. What is indisputable is that he owns multiple buildings in multiple cities around the world. He owns different companies around the world, and that is indisputable. Now, whether he's a billionaire or not, if you want to get caught up on that, fine. But either way, because of those multiple holdings, it's not just like Matt Jarbo said, it's not like a TurboTax return. He probably spends a few $1 million a year on accounting fees. I know how much they bill out. He's probably paying his people a couple grand an hour because they are the best at what they do. And they can charge absorbent fees because they know that, look, if you make a mistake under normal circumstances, the IRS will nail your ass. Ask Wesley Snipes, ask Mike the Situation from the Jersey Shore show, ask Lauryn Hill, ask anyone who's dodged taxes considerably. And they paid for it. They did jail time.
So if it turns out that he's been dodging taxes, you think that he would do jail time?
No. What will happen is in those cases, well, it depends. So here's what will happen. What happened in Wesley Snipes was given ample opportunities to pay up. He said, fuck off. So he got
right. I remember that. He went to jail.
The Situation defrauded. It was different. He hid about $1.2 million in personal appearance fees. His brother was his accountant and said, all right, well, you're getting cash at these things. And then the IRS used YouTube, of all places, to be like, hey, wow, we counted a bunch of personal appearances from the cell phone video of all these people. We know you don't do these for free. How much did you make? Oh, well, okay, well, we're going to go to the organizers and we're going to ask how much you paid, and we're going to want to see the forms that were the contracts that were drawn up. And they got enough one where he said, all right, so they found out, so that's fraud. So now there's a difference between whether he defrauded or not, or whether, because ultimately the government wants their money, and if you're in jail, if the average person is in jail, they can't pay. With that said, maybe because of his prominence in business and the access to hire the best talent that money can pay for, I honestly don't know. But you got to understand that his assets are considerable, and it's not as simple as a senator releasing a tax return.
I agree with that part, but for my bias of what I think he would do, I think he would say that anyway, even if it wasn't true.
Yeah, maybe, and that's possible. Like I said, I don't have proof either way.
Right.
His assets and his holdings are much more complicated than
I agree with that.
Than the average person or the average credible individual running for president. So that's where it comes down to.
All right.
That's what I see anyway.
Should we go ahead?
No, that's it. I'm finished.
Well, I was like, should we finish this reaction here, or at least watch a few more minutes of
Yeah,
it?
let's finish.
I got a stream I got to get to my own. I'm hosting a post debate live stream with live calls.
Oh, okay.
Wow!
Hey, if anyone saw my shit show last night, I had 660 people watching.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
dude. Oh my gosh,
dude, make it work for you, dude.
Like, oh my god, dude, that sucks.
No, because what it was is I talked about the boogie shooting. And because I was like asking the question if it was real or fake. I'm still in the middle on it, to be honest with you. And then Boogie came on because I forgot that I linked him. I thought he was going to do it, and he got like real mad at me. And then he attacked for the first half of the conversation. And then Keemstar had to call him, and then Keemstar was talking crap about me through Boogie. And I'm like, well, then give Keemstar the link. He can come on in. The link's open. Anyone can come on in.
You had Keemstar on?
Keemstar came on. And Keemstar didn't even talk about the video. Like, he tried to accuse me of not being a journalist. And I'm all like,
oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Like, okay. And then that went by pretty quick. And then Boogie came back and we got into it again for a while. And then Boogie did this weird thing where he said that he is essentially like YouTube Jesus. Like, he went on this weird freaking martyr where he was like, I'm going to kill myself in order to make sure that Etika gets justice.
No.
He's not well, man.
No, I know he's not well, but the thing is, he's like,
Jesus.
Oh, dude, it's a weird thing. And then the
I
thing,
used to look up to Boogie.
I know him personally. I've hung out with him multiple times. I like him, Steven. I like Steven a lot. He got mad at me last night for raising questions, but everything that he did as a result of that only further validated the line of questioning that I had, simply because
he dug himself in a hole.
Everything was a deflection, man. It was like, well, what if I said this about you? It's like,
yeah, he goes, what if I said you assault your children, like, whatever, like R word, assault your children. And like, he was like, oh, do you F your kids? And like all this stuff. He's trying to get a rise out of me, but I didn't say anything. And I'm like, are you finished? Like, are you done? And then it just turned into this like massive, it went on for nearly 4 hours, this whole thing. Yeah, it's on the main channel. It's on the Matt Jarbo channel. It's nuts, dude. Like, I just had so many freaking people in there.
I gotta check that out.
Like, I had
right now, but
I had my call list, like the call room, full for like 2 hours. Wow. And it was just people like wanting to talk about it, people trying to troll me. It was funny. Tonight's going to be an absolute mess.
It's good. It's good that you get so much enjoyment out of it, though, Matt. That's a good thing.
And then the resulting Twitter war was nuts too, man. Holy crap!
I didn't see the Twitter. There was what Twitter war?
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't that bad then.
Well, I don't really remember. I mean, I go off on Twitter, and like I have a bunch of people who follow me now that are like movie buffs, and I'll talk to them, and I'm like, yeah, you guys kind of see both sides, right? Like, I'll go like, this movie looks awesome, and then also F Donald Trump like in the next tweet.
Oh god!
And it stacks around, and it's really confusing for a lot of people. I love it. So, all right, I'm gonna go and probably get yelled at for the next couple hours. It's gonna be fun.
Well, now I don't want to watch my show. I want to go watch you get yelled at.
Well, you can finish your show. I'll be on for a while, and let me just make sure that I change into my my other avatar here, so people know exactly that Boulder Talk Radio is going.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
launch boulders, apparently.
That's
Throw
hey
them
man, it's like I said, it's I made like I think I made like around like 80-90 bucks last night at Super Chat, so I can't really complain.
That's all
Yeah,
I make in a
hung
month.
out in the chat most of the night. It was good times.
The chat was pretty fun, yeah. The chat was actually pretty cool. And tonight I'm really interested to see how things are gonna go. So we'll see. All right, guys, I'll talk to you all.
All right. Well, thanks, Matt, for promoting your own show on mine. Now I don't want to finish. All right, let's just watch a few more.
I don't know. We gotta watch it. All right, let's watch it. Forget it.
I mean, bad call, champ. MAGA 15,000. You're voting for Joe. Oh well, no more tequila for me. 14,000 likes. Trump 2020.
I also
Armour.
I think he could still win again, Trump. But don't underestimate people. Underestimate people, either mock them.
Wait, so is Jeremy trying to cancel The Rock here?
Yes.
Yeah, this is cancel culture.
This is not. I mean, obviously, it's ineffective because much of what he does. Is
no, he's like, but I like your. This is how he belittles people. Is like, shut up with your opinions. I like when you get paid.
Only
to
the
else.
uninformed and the low IQ'd can have political opinions. Anyone else?
Amen. I agree 100%.
You know,
where
only
I don't really agree with him.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I usually agree with him on a lot of things, but I grew up, I'm a Christian, and so I don't believe in supporting either side. I believe in God, and whoever gets voted is a part of his plan. But even if you do support politics or both sides, I have friends that support both sides, and we don't agree, and we disagree a lot, but we still love each other no matter what your politics are. It's your personality that matters, and if you're like a likable person or not.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jordan. Yeah, I don't like mocking anyone just because they say who they voted for. I don't like that. I don't like that route, and that's exactly where he's going here. And anyone.
Well, he's doing it. He's doing it for clicks. It's so stupid. It makes no sense.
Well, it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah, that's all he goes for.
Yeah.
Going to take a hit from this post. 14,000, and it just keeps going on. I mean, there's absolutely no pro Joe Biden stuff in these comments, at least for the foreseeable scrolling future. Trump 2020, 12,000. Keep America Great Again, 11,000. Just over and over. I suppose you want people to vote blue now, too, across the board. This isn't a conversation. It's a celebrity wadding into politics where they don't belong.
It's on his personal stuff. You could say whatever you want, just like you said on your.
Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion. It's like
Jeremy.
It's like Jeremy right now is buying right into the thing he claims he hates. He claims like he acts like he hates cancel culture and he's all against it. But look at what he's doing. He's feeding right into it.
Yeah.
Right, pointing to the downvotes.
Trying to cancel The Rock, basically.
Right. It makes no sense.
This is supposed to be everything you're against, Jeremy. Really. From what he said in the past.
Anti-SJWs are just SJWs. It's all bullshit. See, when I criticize him, I'm not going after his rank and file. I'm going after the people that maybe aren't committed yet. Because someone who's committed to him, you could point out facts and figures. It actually has the antithesis effect. It'll actually reinforce their position.
Right. That's a great point. Yeah.
Right. So that's fine. I'm not worried about them. They're lost. For them, I'm an EMT who got to the scene 10 minutes late. They're DOA. But for the other people that are maybe considering and this, that, and the other thing, it gives them something to think about. Now, hey, people want to follow him. He is a charismatic guy. I will give him that. I feel like people are living their high school bully fantasy. Like the bullies
it's funny about The Rock because historically, and this is something that I don't understand about Jeremy. For here's the thing: historically, The Rock is Republican. He's pretty much he supported Republican candidates in the past.
That's right.
He donates a lot of his money to charities to help people, regardless of their
regardless. Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, he wants to endorse Biden-Harris. Again, I'm still not on. I don't know about Trump now after this first debate. He's going to have to really.
That's his. That's his.
Biden has to progressively get better. If it doesn't get better than this, I don't see a route. I don't. I mean, it wasn't bad, but he has to do a little bit better next time. All right, let's see.
And I don't.
1,000 votes. Beautiful. Trump 2020, 11,000 votes. It just keeps going. It keeps going. Look, There's no pro Joe Biden anything. It's all Trump 2020. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm sorry, I don't know how Instagram works that well. Trump 2020, Trump 2020, Trump 2020. It just keeps going. Rock, you have been smacked down.
Oh, really?
You've been smacked down by Trump. Trump is better than you, Rock. Trump
What?
is smarter than you,
I don't
Rock.
agree with that.
Trump has more money than you. He has more
Maybe.
influence than
Yeah.
you, and he clearly
don't
has
think
more
so.
fans
He might.
than you. It just continues.
Well, what does that have to do with
Just go out,
anything?
Dwayne.
What?
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't. What point is he trying to make there? Yes, Trump is a very wealthy man. There's no disputing that.
Well, this is why I said he has TDS. He treats him like a god. Is he better? Is Trump better than The Rock? Let's be real. If The Rock decided to get into politics, he'd be formidable.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
I'm sorry. Just like and that's more likely now than ever after Trump is celebrities going for office.
Oh yeah, you're gonna.
Maybe
Oh,
Trump
yeah.
opened the door for that, left or
Yeah.
right, doesn't matter.
Right, exactly. So if he's saying Trump's better than you, if it was The Rock versus Trump, I think actually landslide The Rock. I'm sorry. That's my opinion.
Oh yeah, I think The Rock would beat Trump in an election.
I mean, but he's
Guaranteed.
presenting this scenario by saying he's better than you. You're a loser. I'm like, really?
Right.
But
That's a typical argument of people that are blind, one side or the other. They always go to that you're a loser because you feel this way or you're this or you're that. They always go to the name calling and the belittling.
This is ridiculous. He's lost it.
Trump 2020. There's Jack Black, a blue check mark. Finally, another blue check mark is the first one that shows support. Didn't even know that, but oh my gosh, that is so funny. All the normal people are there to let The Rock know that
Normal people
they don't
only
agree with him. All of the regular
Actors and normal people too.
Right.
Most regular people don't use Instagram like that.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I don't like that scenario either. That if you're only normal if you vote for Trump, that's the scenario he's proposing there. If you vote for, you'd only be a weirdo if you voted for Biden or Harris. I don't like that. It's not cool. It's not cool, Jeremy.
I don't want to be like Jeremy, because how you mentioned before is like how one of them was a failed actor and a failed filmmaker, then they joined Geeks and Gamers. That's kind of how I was. Like back in 2016, my mom showed me like I could do an acting job, and I actually got so far in my audition. I got to meet some stars on some Disney shows, but I didn't make it that far. But I did get to meet some of them, so I got far. And now I'm soon be joining the website. But I support Jeremy, but I also don't want to be like Jeremy.
What you've said you support Jeremy, that's fine. You're well within your rights to do so. But what about what he says resonates with you?
Some of the things like right here, what he's saying, like this is a bad take on his part.
No, I just mean
like,
no, we agree that this is a bad take. I'm not going to hold you accountable for this or anything he does. I'm just curious, what in general do you like about Geeks and Gamers and Jeremy? And because basically Jeremy is Geeks and Gamers. He could throw away all the other talent, and it wouldn't impact his views very much.
Yeah, when I first started watching Jeremy's videos, when he first started talking about the whole SJW stuff, I personally was like Matt's, where I was like, hey, like there's not a lot there, and let's just focus on the movie. But I recently, last year during Thanksgiving, I watched some of his videos, and I could see some of the points he was making. I agree with some of them, but a lot of the points he was making was too far. Like behind the scenes, yes, certain things happen, but on screen, it's nothing there. And if you like say something that he doesn't agree with, or he does make like a mountain out of a molehill. But certain times, like this is like not a lot, but he will talk about other things like sports and gaming and stuff, and like that's mostly what I agree with him on. And I do agree with him on some of his SJW videos, I never agree with him on any of his Brie Larson videos, though. I personally like Brie. I don't love Brie Larson. I think she's decent, and I actually like Captain Marvel,
Okay, cool.
and so I mostly agree with him on his gaming stuff. And sometimes when he talks about things being woke, he does make some points, but it's not a lot.
No, there's right. Yeah, not a lot for me.
Well,
I've heard he is really nice behind the scenes, and I've experienced some of that, honestly. Not anymore, because I criticized him on one certain thing and we stopped talking. But I've experienced a little bit. I mean, he didn't have to do, to be fair, Firewater, he didn't have to do that stream where he talked.
It makes me wonder if half this stuff he really believes, or if he just does it for clicks because he knows he can. He's
trying to fill his wallet. But I mean, like, so I hear you. So some of the SJW stuff, some of this, though, I guess for you, I'm sorry, his name again. My apologies. Jordan. My apologies. How would you define SJWs in entertainment? How do you operationally define that?
I could like the way I define SJWs. I personally define them like based on personal experiences, and I do have some SJWs in my school, and in my school years I have encountered some where I have certain opinions. They're not, and I try to like talk to people. I'm a bit of an introvert, so when I go to school, my mom and dad, they always tell me like try to socialize more. And so I've been working on that recently.
Okay.
And so there are a couple of these students. I'm close friends with a guy named Andrew. He's also a Trump supporter. I'm not, but we're close friends. But yeah, wait, hold on.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Jordan. We're going to continue this because I don't think I'm watching the whole thing.
People, and the first person in his comment section that agrees with him is a fellow Hollywood blue check mark.
You would have your friends come support you too.
Fantastic. I love it. Let's see if we got any more check marks in here.
Yeah, were you in Jumanji?
Friends at,
I didn't think so.
Where are they at? There it is. I am Jamie Foxx. Another blue check mark. That's the only people so far that we've got. This is so good. This is so good.
What am I going to watch tonight? That's the opposite of this?
We had more blue check marks.
Okay, you're done with this.
No. I think I'm just done with politics, and I'm a political person.
Yeah. It's like, to me, politics is so dirty and disgusting. I had Brian on the Zod Ryder show tonight, and all we did was talk about our love for Star Trek, and it was one of the best conversations I've had in years. Yeah, and it wasn't political at all, and it's like, I don't know.
I did look for some topics. There's just not, like, unfortunately,
it's just the news all around. I mean,
the Disney. The Disney stuff made me upset.
Disney layoffs are no good, man. I mean, I've been to Disney World several times, and every single cast member, I can't remember a bad interaction.
They need to pay the people they lay off.
Well, that's
not going to happen.
It's a lifestyle for them. Being a cast member, there's like a magic. Some of them are that into it. Like they live their whole lives around the Disney World and land.
Yeah, and that's I think that's great, and they make the place magical for everyone.
Yeah, so that's sad. Like that's why I said I'm not supporting boycotts anymore. Firewater after this economy stuff with this pandemic, I'm like,
well, the call for, like all the boycotts are fake anyways, because they
say that as they're in line buying tickets.
Right, you'd have to follow Jeremy's logic because he was going after The Last of Us 2. Naughty Dog developer. Well, that's owned by Sony. So if you want to take the boycott to its meaningful conclusion, you'd have to have people boycott all the Sony products. Yeah. So that's why I was asking for him on Twitter when he was still there. It's like, when you give your predictably positive review of the PlayStation 5, can you just wear a fuck Sony shirt? Can you do that for me? I did the same thing for Ryan Kent. They never answered me though, man. I don't know. I just wear a fuck Sony shirt when you give a rave review about it. That's all I want you to do.
Okay.
That would be honest. But
here's an update from my friend Relapse. I still got to add you on PlayStation Network, Relapse. Jeremy chases the algorithm. He says that Josiah's gained traction by making right-wing conspiracy videos, and he's gone down that path. We talked. I know I know I'm not bringing up QAnon again. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, it's okay.
Okay,
No,
but
It's getting purged. I don't understand. Like they're taking it all off of YouTube anyway. So I mean,
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't even know anything about that.
it's the Tom Hanks stuff. Why is he?
Why is he moving to Greece? Because maybe if Trump gets reelected, he wanted to leave, so he left.
he stuck to his word.
Honestly, if you work in movies and you have a long history,
Yeah, but he doesn't know for sure if Trump is going to get reelected or not. So that's kind of ridiculous.
Regardless of that, if you had the money and you know things aren't happening in Hollywood now because of it, why wouldn't you go do something fun with the money?
Johnny Depp lives in Paris, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He flies over.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is my favorite actor.
Yeah, I love Tom Hanks. And I mean, and I'm not going to condemn him until I know for sure, because I
no evidence there, man. You're smearing someone because you need to pay your rent.
Yeah.
If that's how you want to live your life, dude, that's fine.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible because I think they go back to all this Epstein stuff and the Miramax guy Weinstein. I mean, there's possible stuff there, but I don't want to make accusations.
I'm just saying,
it's
if the accusations happen to be true, I would not be surprised.
Okay.
That's where I sit on that.
All right.
Okay, I'm not saying that it happened or didn't happen. I'm just saying if it were to come out, knowing what we know about Hollywood, I wouldn't be surprised.
I just haven't turned on my PlayStation because I've been playing a lot of Xbox. Sony actually, I started a Sony PlayStation podcast, 2 videos in.
Yes,
and
that's great.
Yeah, and I actually think Sony did people real dirty because it seems like all the retailers are saying that you're probably not going to get your product until 2021.
Oh wow, we're really gonna blast them this weekend, Max.
Right. Because if that's true, they had to sneak. They wouldn't announce anything, and then once Microsoft did it, they announced the pre-orders ahead of it. They got the people's money, and then they're not going to have your product till 2021. That's lame.
Yeah, we're going after them.
I have a question for a pre-order. Okay. They took money up front, or did they? Do they charge your card when it ships?
It depends on each retailer. I think
each retailer has a different thing, but the general rule of thumb is they don't charge your card.
Well, here's the interesting thing though. Like I didn't get my PS5 because I was trying to use Best Buy financing. You know the ones that did go through?
Yeah, I love Best Buy financing.
You know the ones that did go through? The PayPal where the retailer gets the money right away and you get PayPal. It's already so those are the ones
because PayPal takes it out right away.
Right. So those are the ones that went through. Okay. If we're talking about, let's get our tinfoil hats on.
Yeah.
Why are those going then?
If you get that money up front, yeah, I could see them honoring that order because the problem is they took the money, refunding it as a bitch. So you got to fill those first. Whereas if you didn't charge the card, it's a no sale. You know, and that's fine too. So I don't know, man. I didn't know Sony was gonna. I thought they were gonna be ready to rock and roll.
Well, Phobic says get ready for those Xbox Series XS being delayed too. It's possible. I think it's more likely that Microsoft will deliver because they. Here's the thing. Sony has had the games, and I think they were a little bit late getting this PS5 together, whereas Xbox. It's more just an iteration of what you have already. It's more powerful. They're not changing anything. Like they changed the controller, did a little functionality difference in the PlayStation 5. But I think they had the product better. They had it had the product ready more for Microsoft. I could be wrong, but I think the Microsoft, you'll have a lot more there on shelves than Sony, in my opinion. As I've been following it. And everyone knows here, I wanted to get the PS5. I think I might keep my Xbox Series X pre-order because I actually got one through, and I'm liking what I'm seeing with the. Well, Game Pass is amazing.
Did you order the full one, or did you order you ordered a digital?
No, the disc. Okay. I wouldn't go with the digital. No, I like options, and especially since the extra hard drive is $220.
Right?
Did you hear that, Firewater? 1 terabyte hard drive, proprietary hard drive, $220.
Is it
it's like 360 all over again?
Is it what?
Is it NVMe that special?
Yeah.
Yep.
Still though, that's
a lot of money.
You get a terabyte hard drive off.
That's a lot of money.
140, I think. I'm not sure what the.
Well,
I have
that's-
NVMe in my desktop right now. That's what I use primarily.
Yeah, that's. I mean, but that's the other reason to go disc, not just for physical to have some of the content on the disc and not fully digital. To come down the size a little bit. These games are going to be massive.
Yeah.
So
well,
that's the other.
The size is only going to get bigger. You're probably going to be able only to have like 3 or 4 in your system at a time.
Right.
You know, but we'll tell you what, gentlemen. I got to dip. I got to get up
sure.
tomorrow. But thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Yes,
Yeah.
you always bring knowledge. We appreciate it.
No, absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great evening. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah,
All right.
we should end soon too. What else was I going to cover? Oh, that's about all. We trashed Jeremy's hot take. Don't go after The Rock. Come on, dude. Seriously?
It's so funny. You go after these people. These people don't care about you.
Yeah, it's
They're
like
not going to
Jeremy
respond.
I mean, I would never say anything like that even on the internet about The Rock because because I respect him so much. He's such a hard worker.
And The Rock actually cares about people. He's done a lot.
The only criticism I have about The Rock is taking too many projects and taking it away from other stars, like in that genre, action stars. No one else could get work because The Rock is in it. He just is such a hard worker that he does everything. But I mean, just like the Fast and Furious crew was a little bit upset with him because once he was in it, it became a Rock show, like with Vin Diesel. They weren't too happy.
It's his show now.
And then he's like, "Oh, you
deal.
shouldn't do Hobbs and Shaw because that means we can't work on our film." I get that a little bit. They invited him in, but it's also he's the popular dude. You can't hate him on it. All right. I think that's where we'll end it. Any comments? Go check out Zod Rider show. He had Brian on. They talked about Star Trek, not politics.
Oh, it was a great show. I have to admit, I'm like, it was so nice just to have someone to like bounce off Star Trek for 2 hours. That's a fun.
And thanks, Jordan, for joining the show. I'll be happy to have you again. Appreciate your
the debate did have me exhausted. I was also laughing a lot too, so I couldn't breathe because I was laughing so many times. I might go watch Akira again for the 15th time. I really like that movie.
Oh yeah, you gotta love Akira. It was one of the best animated films ever made. You got good taste there, Jordan.
Oh, thanks, producer Obi-Wan. He said it was a good show tonight. Phobic, Obi-Wan, and Sci-Fi, who is not here right now. Is our producer. Brian's a producer too. Brian's a producer.
He's not
kind of work the chat, I had to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I don't charge you anything like other YouTubers, and you get a say in the show.
Yeah, you're not charging like Geeks and Gamers.
And in Phobic's case, you have too much say. All right, bye everyone.
I'll see you soon. I just moved.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I have some unpacking to do still, but I'll catch you again soon the next time I get when I'm not so busy.
Sure. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Bye, everyone. Don't take politics too seriously. Laugh at the entertainment. We don't have the movies, but we have
It's political theater. People need to remember that.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.